Let's take a look at the lease versus buy decision. So you're in the market for a new car and trying to decide whether you should buy it or you should lease it. So how do you make the decision? So there are certain advantages of leasing. You drive a car during the trouble-free years, so you don't have to worry about it breaking down because you're driving a newer car. And during this period, the car is covered by the manufacturer's warranty, so you're unlikely to be hit with big bills, big repair bills. You're likely to have lower monthly costs than buying, okay? And they may be significant, in fact. There's no need to worry about trade-in value because you just turn the car back to the dealership, so you don't have to worry about reselling the car after 4 years or however long you plan to hold the car. There may be some significant tax advantages for business owners. What are the disadvantages? Well, if you lease one car after another, you always have car payments. There may be excess mileage penalties for exceeding some limit. So if you're somebody who drives a lot, leasing may not be for you. There may be a penalty for early termination. So if you're somebody who says, I don't really like this car, now I'm stuck with it for 4 years, it may be costly to get out of it. Some of the things you might like to do to your car, like customize it, may not be available to you because you're leasing it. So if you want to add pinstripes or you wanted to add, some other things to the car, perhaps you shouldn't do that if you're leasing. And there may be fees if the vehicle is not returned in good condition. So let's take a look at a numerical example. Suppose you are thinking about buying a $40,000 car. And the dealership gives you some lease terms. And they say, look, you have to put 10% down, so $4,000 down. And your payments are going to be $425 a month for 48 months. So this is a 48-month lease term. The car loan terms, it's also going to be 48 months. And let's assume that you can get an APR rate on the car loan of 6%. And we're also going to assume at the end of 4 years, the car can be sold for $25,000. So how much is it going to cost you each month if you choose to purchase the car? Well, we can figure out the monthly payment. And I've worked it out here, but let me just show you on the financial calculator. All right, the number of periods is 48. The interest rate is 6%, which would be 0.5% per month. The present value of the car is $40,000. And we can compute the payment. And the payment's going to be $939.40 per month, which is pretty pricey. So it seems to be much cheaper to lease than to buy because the monthly payments are so much less. However, this is really the incorrect way to think of this. When you buy, you own the car, and you can sell it at the end of that time period, and we said you could sell it for $25,000, or you can continue to drive it payment-free. So the correct way is to think about the present value of the cost of leasing versus the present value of buying. What's the present value of leasing? It's the $4,000 down payment plus the present value of the lease payments. So let's see if we can work that out. The lease payments are going to be for 48 months. Okay, same 0.5% per month. And you're paying $425. So what's the present value of that? $18,096.64. So the present value of leasing is $22,096.64. The present value of buying the car is the price of the car minus the resale of the price. So you're selling it for $25,000. Let me see if I can work that out here. Clear my workspace. So again, 48 months, 0.5% per month. You're looking at the future value of $25,000. And you're going to compute the present value of $19,677.46, and you add these together. So in this case, $40,000 minus the resale value, it's actually cheaper to buy the car. Yes, your payments are significantly higher every month, but again, at the end of 4 years, you will own this car. You can sell it, or you can just drive it, payment free for many years. So if you're somebody who's willing to hold on to a car for a lot of years, buying's the better deal. Okay, but you can see from this example why so many people lease. And in fact, walk around your neighborhood, and even if you live in a working class neighborhood, you'll find an awful lot of nice cars in the area, right? I'm not talking about, an upscale neighborhood where, everybody's making, significant salaries. I'm talking about, even in a working class area where people have, fairly modest salaries. It's not uncommon to see people driving BMWs and Lexuses and, et cetera. And likely it's because they are leasing the car, although buying may in fact be the better deal. So I hope this helps you think about the decision whether to lease or to buy a car.